Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. My name is Burke Lewis of Albrook Station, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. So I just got a text like right at the last minute, and I just got to jump me up.
That's fine.
Good. I'm here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, of course.
So, what does Panama mean to you? Does it mean anything to you?
You know, it does. It means a lot. Panama, besides it being a beautiful country, I spent a couple of years out there doing some humanitarian service. And that's where the band name Albrook Station comes from. Is there's a bus station out there that myself and Jesse, the bass player, we met there, and then years later became best friends. I mean, we met, there and became friends, but we became homies and like brothers years later. And so I was part of a different band, and when I decided to branch out and not just be a solo act anymore, and I got Jesse on bass, Nate my drummer. Jesse's older brother, our DJ Frank Zoo, suggested we use the place where we met for the band. So Albrook Station is a bus station out there in Panama, and so it means the world to me, man.
Then my next question: who do you love now?
Who do I love now?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Or I might have said it wrong. It is part of your lyrics.
Who are you loving now? Yeah. Who are you loving now? It kind of depends on what type of love you're talking about. If it's a romantic love, very much in love with my wife and my baby daughter. She's about to turn 2 in November. So right now, most everything is my family. As far as the bandmates, who do I love the most? It's funny. I love the band members differently. Like, if I'm going to nerd out over video games, Randy, the producer and our guitarist, that's my go-to guy. If it's anything emotional or very sensitive or just kind of like that still small type of like love, that's Nate. Nate and I are like the sensitive. He's a very sensitive, the drummer. So we'll geek out over just like lovely things. Junior, Frank Zoo, and I will geek out over anime. That's our love for anime. And then Jesse's been like my best friend brother for years. And so like life and raising kids and songwriting, him and I would just get together for that. So different type of love that way.
So with that song, the person that was written about, do they know it was written about them?
There's a few people that could go for that song, and I doubt that I don't communicate with those people anymore. It was more of the idea. I mean, our goal as songwriters was to be just to connect with the audience. So we wanted to write something that anybody like you or anybody else could go through. So it's, it doesn't have to be a romantic type of love. It could be a family relationship that's dysfunctional, could be a business partner, just pretty much anybody that you once held to a certain esteem and had a place for that kind of just did you wrong, and you're just kind of like, all right, well, I don't miss that anymore. I'm done. Luckily, it's gone.
It is a very relatable song, though.
Cool. Yeah, I hope so.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
So when you're writing your music, is it lyrics first, or is it melodies and everything else first, then you put the lyrics of the song?
It kind of just depends on the mood. Pretty much. So there's 17 tracks that we have dedicated to the album. Jesse and I wrote, I think, around 60. I know it's over 50, but maybe 58 songs for the album, and we whittled it down to 17, and then we'll most likely whittle it down to another 13 and then do a deluxe album. Just kind of what people do these days. And when we're writing, sometimes like I'll just use the songs that we have out. So Crown started with just a lyric back during COVID. It was 2020. I was sitting at home and I just had this lyric, I got a crown, but it's not big enough. And that was it. I had like the cadence, the melody, and I called Jesse and I was like, I got one line for you. Let's write it. And then he built kind of a beat around it. Then we kind of picked some chords. So that song came to be that way. Chimerical started with a tune, a melody, just a da 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 da. Bad Dream started with just noises for the melody for the song, and then Sharpshooter, I believe we had lyrics first for that song, then the melody. So just kind of depends on the mood. Sometimes it's like whatever, this is the best way to explain it, whatever pushes the song past the finish line. Sometimes it's or even gets it to the starting line. Sometimes that's a better analogy. Whatever gets the song to be like, okay, there's something. And so whatever inspires the rest of the race, so to speak.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a melody, sometimes it's a cool lyric. I'm a big chorus and hook guy. It's my favorite thing. That's what I like doing, is writing choruses and hooks, because I want our fans singing by the second chorus. If they've never heard us before, ever, by the time they're in front of us, never heard us, second chorus, they're singing along. Okay, I know, I get it. And it's singable, it's easy enough for them because I want them involved. So that's how we try to tackle songwriting.
So if you could pick one of your songs to be in an anime, since you mentioned anime earlier, which song would you want it to be in, and which anime would you want it to be in?
It's a really good one. Probably my favorite question I've ever been asked on any podcast. So we have a song called She Said She Talked to God that's unfortunately not most likely going to be a single, but it's like one of my favorite songs to perform, one of my favorite ones. That one would be really, really fun on probably like a Kaiju number 8, be a pretty good one. Or geez. I mean, like Naruto is like kind of already done already, but if I could have had that song on Naruto, it would have been dope. Or even Chimerical, loving You's Chimerical, that vibe would have been great on, I don't know, Attack on Titan would have been dope. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of open to, because we are going to submit. I am going to push, because I have like a checklist. I'd love to be on a major motion picture, in an anime, and in sports. Those are like the dreams. Those are I want that to happen. It's going to happen. So, yeah, pretty much any anime.
When you say sports, what category?
So like Crown, when we were writing and recording Crown, I saw NFL. I was just like, that would be awesome. But then we had a thing with the NBA All-Stars that were like possibly like, hey, could you guys, come do something with this? And it didn't end up working out. But then I was like, oh, Crown would have been perfect for that, So, and then we think of football or soccer. That one would have been great with Crown. Crown is like meant to be just like in an arena. I mean, all the songs hopefully will make it into the arena, but Crown is just like that. Boom, I'm here and I'm defending my championship, or I'm about to take the spot as the king.
So more, I mean, maybe WWE or WW.
Yeah, WWE. Yeah.
I mean, I still call it WWF. I'm sorry. It's always
going to
be that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it took 20 years or longer to change the name for. Yeah. So it's still WWF to me. It's always going to be. Yeah. So like maybe like a Randy Orton or something, should be their theme music.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'd be honored. Any athlete decides they want to use Albrook Station, yes. It's like we got you.
So here's a fun question for you.
Okay.
Freaky Friday scenario here.
Okay.
Which band member you do not want to be for 24 hours?
Which band member do I not want to be? Yes, like just in their lives? Let's see.
Or in their lives, in the band, and just in general, that you don't. I know it's like throwing people under the bus, but
yeah, it is.
Because in general, like,
Dude, this is the cool thing about our band is it's literally a brotherhood. Like I've been in bands where I could answer that question. I'm thinking of old band members that I'm like, oh, 100%. We don't want to be in their life. They're whatever. And I'm not like trying to suck up to the band, dude. I would trade lives. I mean, obviously I love mine and I think mine's the best, but I'm just like, dude, okay, I do have an answer, but I would just say like each person, I absolutely love them. And I'm like, they all have really good, fun lives. Right now, I think I wouldn't trade places with Jesse because he just had twins and that dude is not sleeping. So for that alone, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes because he is just exhausted 24/7. He's already got 2 kids. So for that reason, I'm like, nah, I don't want to take care of twins right now. That'd be too much.
I was waiting for you to say the bassist. Totally.
That is Jesse. That's
well, yeah. Well, yeah. No, I was just. I know, but I was waiting for you to just say the bassist, and that was it.
And that was it.
Nobody wants to be the bassist.
Nah, I actually love. I love playing bass. Like, if guitar wasn't an option and singing, bass would be the next thing. I suck at drums, and I as a rhythm guitarist and vocalist, I'm pretty spot on until I'm behind a drum set. All of a sudden, have no idea how to keep time. Just cannot do it. Tried it, just absolutely am terrible at it. So would not want to play drums.
All you would need is a click in your ear. You'd be fine.
You would think I've done it. My body will not respond. It's almost the same thing as dancing. When I'm singing and playing guitar, I got it. But drums and dancing, I just can't keep a beat. Don't know why.
All right. So if you were stuck in an elevator,
okay,
with one cartoon character,
anime included or not?
I'm gonna say cartoon because I don't know all the anime.
Okay.
So I've watched hours and hours of certain ones because I was the girlfriend at the time made me. But I'm gonna say cartoon because I would know who you're talking about. So a cartoon character, who would you not want to be stuck in an elevator with, and on the flip side, who would you want to be stuck in with?
All right, so not want to be stuck with and want to be stuck with. Geez, I promise you, I've never been asked these questions in my whole life. So congrats. This is the first time. So let's see. Cartoon character that would annoy me to death is probably, geez, I'm trying to think of like cartoon characters. I think the one that I'd want to hang with is either Jimmy Neutron or Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, because I know they'd figure out a way to get us out of there or bring like something fun and entertaining. But I think they'd be fun. Same thing with Bugs Bunny. I think he would crack me up. I would not want to be stuck with Wile E. Coyote. Bad things happen to that dude. I'm like, no, you got the worst luck ever. We're going to die. So not him at all.
Is it really the worst walk in the world, or he did it to himself?
That's the thing, man. I think he did it to himself because he's so unlucky, and he's so unlucky because he did it to himself. It's like, I don't want that.
I mean, you keep ordering things from Acme, and you know,
and just give up on Wiley already.
I would have went to eBay or somewhere else. You know,
Amazon, anything else.
Amazon. Harbor Freight somewhere. But all right, so if you could pick your 3-day festival, first day is regional, second day is national, third day is, I'm gonna say ladies' night because the female fronted thing, I don't know. I don't know how to. It's one of those things like I don't want it to be. I don't really like that label.
Yeah,
like, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm saying, but ladies' night. Well, let's just use ladies' night. They could be dead or alive.
So what am I picking? An actual festival or just bands or?
No, you're picking a festival that, I mean, of course you're going to be on all 3 days, but I'm saying, who are you bringing to this festival? You're planning your own festival.
How many bands you want? This bands that I'd like to play with? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like 5 on each.
5. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
yeah,
let's do 4, including yourself.
Okay.
Make it easier.
Linkin Park would be like my dream for like a big international fun thing.
The original, the original, or now?
I do both. I'll keep them as both because I love them for separate reasons. Like Linkin Park was the first band I ever saw live, so I saw Chester perform, and that's what got me into music. And then I love new Linkin Park. I think Emily kills it, and so I'd put her as well as you're saying, the female fronted. Like she's fantastic. Like I love Linkin Park, like both camps. I think Papa Roach has just been one of the most consistent, amazing bands. Foo Fighters, I love those. Like the Foo Fighters just got me through a lot of high school stuff, so I love Foo Fighters. And Bring Me the Horizon would be like my dream like lineup.
New
because I got into them right after Sempiternal, and I know a lot of people hate that because it's like, oh, you should hear their stuff before, and I'm like, I'm sure it was just as good, but I personally got into them at Sempiternal, and that's the spirit and everything lately I've loved. I loved a lot of what they do.
Because like, here's my thing. Like, I mean, it's so amazing, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I have a soft spot of any band, the older stuff to the newer. Like I mean, the sounds change, the voice changes. It's
like a different phase. Here's my thought on it. Phase. So like, different. Like in their metamorphosis, it's a different phase of them becoming who they are. Like not a bad term at all. It's just like during that period. So like I had 2 experiences with that. I've got a guy who tags me on Instagram a bunch, and he loves stuff I did years ago, like stuff I don't show people because I'm like, not that I'm not proud of it, but I'm like, I don't want to push that type of music. But to him, like that's helping him get through some tough times. And he's got the old CD, and it's like songs we recorded in a bathroom because I thought that's good acoustics, the reverb. I didn't know how to get that, so we like sing it. We had no auto tune, no way of editing. It was like you had to play live because we were high school kids and we were broke and we didn't know how to record. We had 8 tracks. And it's like we got to get the drums in stereo and electric kit, and then we have to try to figure out how to make everything else sound good. And so like he will play those songs, and to me, I'm like, I would hate to only have 8 tracks. Like I think of all the reasons why I hate that old music, and it's like I've grown so much from them from that time, where now I'm like, we went to East West and recorded an orchestra, a 30-piece orchestra, and I'm like, that's so crazy. And we've just done cool things that I want to show off. Like we've got to this point, right? But for that person, that means something to them. So when I don't take offense to it because people are attaching their emotional story to that song. And I think as an artist, once you let go of your song and release it to the world, it becomes whatever they interpret it as. It's like I could write a song about Sharpshooter that has absolutely nothing to do with a love relationship, but somebody could take that and be like, this is to my ex-husband or ex-wife. And it's their song. They get to do it at that point. I don't get to say, hey, this song is about this and it can only be about that.
Oh, no. I mean,
right.
We all listen to a song and it means something to us that you probably didn't mean it in that way, but it's, oh, there's plenty of songs that, what do you call it, you hear and you're like, ah, shit, I've been there. Or you're listening. Going with that, is there an album that you suggest that you can listen front to back? No skipping.
Several. Hybrid Theory is one of the first ones that comes to mind. Hybrid Theory. I'd say Bad Omens, Death of Peace of Mind. That album through and through is just solid. Bring Me the Horizon, that's the Spirit, and Almo. Let's see, what other one am I missing? Slipknot, Volume 3. That one, Metallica, the Black Album. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, Saint Anger. I love Saint Anger.
You said Saint Anger. That I
yay or nay? See, it's a yay for me.
This is all I'm sorry, that's all I have to say about that.
Emotional, damn it.
That's awesome. Now, so again, it's why get to the why, because some people are going to hear it and all they hear is that awful snare. And I agree. Could there have been a cooler snare? Yeah. For marketing, it's like, here we are still talking about the damn snare. But for me, there was an emotional attachment. I learned like right around that time, I was learning about drop D tuning in guitars. So I was playing Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, Seether, Chevelle, and then Some Kind of Monster came out, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of fun. And so a lot of my like guitar growth came from playing those particular songs that got me into Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman and Seek and Destroy, like those heavier later riffs, right? So for me, it was just like a lot of those bands and that era of rock, the drop D tuning, you know, I'm thinking Breaking Benjamin's riffs and 3 Days Grace, like that's what I grew up on. And Seether's riffs as well, where I was just like, I was jamming, I had my guitar, and I include Metallica Saint Anger in that. Same thing with singing. Like I enjoyed singing those. I think they're really good. Like if everybody just gets rid of the hate, because everybody hates to love Lars, everybody loves to hate Lars. There we go. And the drums. And I'm like, guys, just for me, that album was so fun. And is it the greatest album in the world? To me, no, but it's to me one of the greats. I love it. I love that album.
Like I don't really think it's, what do you call it, the drumming that people don't like him. It was because of the tire thing that happened years and years and years ago with was it LimeWire? Was it, what do you call it? I can't remember. It was more of
like the Napster stuff.
Napster. It's more of the Napster stuff than it was anything else.
Like how when I talk about
it has nothing to do with his drumming. So yeah, well,
some, because I know people, you know.
Yes and no, but it was more of that factor than it was his ability to. I mean, you can put him on the list of good drummers.
Yeah, I mean,
put him on that list.
I don't think you can get to where you're at and not be a great performer. Just overall, at Metallica. You know, I'm like,
you're selling out stadiums. Like it's not. What do you call it?
Not bad.
You're not just playing at VFWs every weekend.
Yeah, and me, like for good or bad, I think it's okay to separate the musician from the person, because there's some people, I mean, we don't need to get into politics or anything like that, but there's bands that I listen to that see life and politics and religion way different, almost in opposition to what I see. But I'm just like, I can still jam your music. I still love your music. Like what you created was still good. Now, I think once you get to a point where you're a terrible person and you're doing really bad things, like, yeah, I don't want to support that. You know, when it comes to that, I'm not saying that. But yeah, like I think there's no such thing as a perfect artist who's just never done anything in his life or her life that they regret, or that didn't grow or didn't learn, you know. Like I remember everybody giving crap to Justin Bieber when he was growing up as a young kid. And I'm like, dude's worth like $200 million and he's like 14 or 15 at the time, and like trying to figure out fame and life and go through life with a microphone and camera on you 24/7. Like you're going to make some mistakes and figure things out. You know, I haven't ever grown up with that type of pressure before. You know, I'm not famous.
I haven't either.
All right.
I mean, so I get that point of view. But on the other hand, that's the life you
price you pay, right? Yeah, it's like
the life you wanted to live.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like, if you can't complain that, oh, I'm at the grocery store, somebody wanted my autograph or wants a photo or just common courtesy, just a hug real quick, and go about your merry way. Put your eggs in your basket, and we all have good days, we all have bad days, but you know what? You don't know if that's going to change that person's life of still being here or not. Yeah, for sure. And I think with that comes the other side of it is like, I don't feel like we own that person's time. You know, if Mike Shinoda is out walking about and I asked for a picture and he said, actually this happened at the Grammys last year. We got to go to that and I walked in. Cool.
Oh, it was super cool. Second year that we got to go. It was way fun. Like first year I got to meet Metallica. Sorry, Robert Trujillo, because the rest of Metallica wasn't there, but Robert Trujillo.
He's
Yeah,
amazing, by the way.
awesome, super cool dude. And got to meet Louis Capaldi, which was one of like my favorite artists. Love that guy, super sweet. But the following year, I'm like walking out of the bathroom and all of Green Day walks in. And I was like, oh, it's Green Day. And I was like, love you guys. And they're like, thanks. And I was like, yeah, go do your business. I'll talk to you when you guys get out, because you're probably really needing to pee. And so I wait out there like a fangirl, and I'm just like, all right, let's they come out. And Billy Billy Joe Armstrong was, I'll just say, not in the mood. And I just was like, hey man, it's so great to meet you. And he's like, okay. And I was like, hey, congrats.
Was it in September?
No, it was not. The Grammys were in February, February, first week of February. So yeah, I know better than September. Rough month. But he
waking him up. So
you what? We're waking him up. Yeah. I could just tell they were going through something. And here's the thing is, like, he doesn't owe me anything to take a picture. He still willingly took the picture. Like, was he enthusiastic? Did he smile? No. But then you got Trey Cool, who was complete opposite. Yeah, man. Thank you for being a fan. But can we take a picture? Let's take a, and I was just like, both of those are acceptable. That was my whole point, is like, neither of them owed me anything. Do I wish I would have had a better experience? Yeah, that would have been really cool, but I don't know what was going on in their life. And so again, like it would have been cool, to your point, would have been really cool to be like, to have that exchange be an awesome exchange in my mind. Like, oh, he was so sweet. Because we like that as fans, like I talked to Casey Musgraves, the country singer, and she had just won, and she was so sweet. It was like, hey, congrats on the win. And she gave me a big hug. She was so sweet. And it was like, I'll always have that positive experience with her. With Green Day, 2/3 of the band, really, really sweet. I think I caught him on an off day. Could have been,
Anything could have happened. I mean, once again, they don't owe you, nobody owes you anything as time or whatever the case may be. So I'm just lucky for what I do. I'm just lucky enough to sometimes be in the presence of the person.
Yeah.
Because,
and get to watch them work and do their thing,
while we're doing our thing, watch them do their thing, and hopefully, have a beer afterwards or
connect to them in some way. Yeah.
Or water or whatever.
Yeah.
But, no, because those are the cool, those are surreal moments sometimes. Just being there in general.
Yeah.
So I'm that person that, what do you call it? I put a post the other day about it. If I ever invited you to a concert, you mean something to me. Because that's my happy place. I literally, hence my business is Concert Junkies. I'm at about 47 to 50 concerts a year, maybe more, depends on what's going on or who comes into town.
Good for you, man. I know as an artist, that means the world. Like I'm already thinking of a few super fans that, rain or shine, they're there at our shows. And as an artist, we're so grateful for people like you that
I'm there for the opener to the closer.
Yep.
It's not like once in a blue moon I have to, what do you call it?
Like leave early or something.
Not stay for the tire set.
Yeah. Which you got a life to live. You got things you got to do. Yeah. I think for us, like just seeing those fans front row that are always at the shows, are always, and I think it's even gone on to beyond concerts, is the fans that are buying our merch, or the fans that are commenting on our posts or interacting with us or sharing, and I think there's a lot of fandom that happens that artists don't get to see, like Bring Me the Horizon, and actually Bad Omens. Randy was the one that showed me Bad Omens, and it's like he made a lifelong fan out of just showing me the album. And same thing with Frank Zoo. We got him into Bring Me the Horizon, and he's just like, yo, I love these guys, and so it's like there's so much of that happens. I know there's people out there that are hearing Albrook Station music from their friends, and we don't get to see that. We don't get to see, other than see a new follower, a new subscription, but to us, it means the world. And we're so grateful for that.
By you saying that, that's the reason why I do this, is so people get to meet new bands, them at themselves. You know what I'm saying? Your music speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So us having this conversation for a half an hour to an hour or whatever the case may be, they get to know you as a person.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate every podcast or interview that we've been on, that we've got to share our story and be a part of your culture and your tribe. Because that's what we want to do, is we want to get out there and look, I didn't make music for 8 billion people. If all 8 billion people loved us, that'd be awesome. I'm not gonna say no, but it's probably not gonna happen. There's some people that just don't like our vibe or style or music, and it's not for them. It's for the ones that resonate with our music. That's what I want to find. There's great Beatles. I know a bunch of people love the Beatles. It just doesn't hit me. I've tried it. Now, that being said, Let It Be and Yesterday are, I think, two of the best songs that have ever been written, especially Yesterday. But it's not something where if I'm going on a hike or if I'm at the gym or if I'm on a long drive, I'm going to put on. It's just not, it just doesn't do it for me, versus other bands that or if they were to put out something new, am I going to go run and listen to it? There's a lot of bands that if there's a new track, boom, download it. I can't wait to listen to it. Right. But I know that our music isn't for everybody, and it's for the fans of Albrook Station that we haven't met yet. So this is helping us connect to that. So thank you. That's all I was trying to say. Thank you.
Well, I'm saying, but regardless, you're playing music for yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So every lyric, every snare, everything, it is for you guys first. Whoever likes it, who doesn't, and you're still going to live another day.
Yeah. And I think the same thing with like live shows, because we just performed our second ever live show. First show was a showcase, just us, and it was amazing. We had a great turnout and sold more tickets than we thought we were going to do, which is always awesome. But then the second show, like, it was a Friday night, competed with a lot of sports, a lot of high school things, it was just a rough night. And we still had like a decent amount of people there. It was a smaller venue. But we still played like we were playing in front of 10,000 people, whether it's a couple hundred people or a couple thousand, or, someday the bigger arena is 80,000, whatnot, like, because we enjoy it. I love being on stage and seeing Randy and Jesse and Frank Zoo and Nate. And I love, the little comments we make in our in-ears that's just for us, or the things I'll do, or, one of the silliest things, that there's a part in a song that we have called Blue that it's just so silly to anybody else, but there's a part I don't sing. It's like 1.5 seconds of a part I don't sing, and I let Frank Zoo sing that. And there's times I forgot to let him sing that, so I sing it and he'll say something in the ears, but we look at each other, and it's just moments like that, or certain moments when we're rocking out in rehearsals that on the live show we don't do, but we all know we're all thinking the same thing, if that makes sense. Like, there's just so many things that on stage I have so much fun with the band itself, whether we're playing to people or not. And so when we can let the audience into it, that's really, really fun, and they can be a part of it.
So I'm going to ask you a deep question here.
Cool. Do it. I'm ready.
Everything that you've lost is in one box. Okay. What are you reaching for first?
So we're talking material possessions, right?
It doesn't have to be material.
Like people, or like,
it could be people. It could be car keys. It could be
family, friends. Because let's go surface level and then deeper, like my cell phone. I'm one of those people that has to have my phone, because I love recording everything. Like, I love filming. I love seeing the moments, building. Now that's my journal. I love journaling, and I am one of those people that go back and rewatch concerts, or I don't rewatch fireworks. That's the only one that I'm just like, I'm not gonna rewatch that. Like, I don't film those, but I do film at concerts, and I go back and I analyze. So that's why I like to film them.
So you don't really go back and do this?
That's hilarious. No, I do not. Confidently, I could say I've never rewatched Fireworks. So cell phone, I'm reaching for that. My acoustic guitar over my electric. Electric, like it's my jam, but I can still entertain people without a microphone and a system if I have my electric, or sorry, if I have my acoustic. So acoustic guitar is another one I'm reaching for, and my Nintendo Switch. I'm definitely like those three things on a desert island. You'll find me after 6 months being still pretty okay. I'm like, as long as I can charge both those things, Nintendo Switch. Now in a deeper thing, I'm like, I'm not a car guy, so take the car, go ahead. In fact, my car's been repossessed twice in my lifetime back when I was younger, and I was just like, all right, not the end of the world. Never been a money guy. When I made money a lot or a little, didn't matter. I just has never been driven by that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than, if I got my family and I've got my guys, pretty happy. Food, maybe. Yeah, that'd be the other thing. Like, gotta have some good food.
Okay, speaking of food.
Yes.
And I know you said you haven't really toured yet.
Yep, not yet. Second show ever.
Okay, so what is your gas station food? Drink, snack?
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing every time. I get a water, an orange Gatorade, and a blue acai vitamin water. Those are my hydration stations. And it used to be energy drink Zoas, if I could find one. They're just it's the Rocks energy drink, Zoa. Yeah. And I actually just cold turkey those about a month and a half ago, because first time ever having an energy drink was like 3 years ago. I went my whole life never really needing caffeine or anything like that. Then I discovered energy drinks, and I was a whole different person. I was just like, whoa, this is amazing. Like,
anybody that knows me, I at least have 2 on deck anywhere I'm at.
Yeah. See, and
coffee, I like coffee too, but it doesn't do what
doesn't hit. Yeah.
It does, but it's not.
There's something about the, like popping that and go, there's just something about that to me just gives me so much dopamine. But for health reasons, it was time that I let it go.
Yeah.
Just in my life personally. And so, it was affecting my voice, because before energy drinks, I did play a lot of shows, and you play the bars, you play the weddings, you play the casinos or whatnot, where you're playing 3 hours in the night. And so my voice
just a shower.
Yeah, or wherever you're singing, right? And once I introduced energy drinks, I noticed that my singing ability shrunk from 3 hours to about 45 minutes. And so comfortably. And so I could get through the night if I had an hour or 2 hour show, but it was just like rough. So then I stopped that. I stopped energy drinks cold turkey about a month and a half ago, and it just came back like in spades. So now as far as food, a banana, if it's there, most Mavericks or 7-Elevens will have that. And then I'm either going to go with a Lay's potato chip baked, or what are those? It's some type of protein bar, chocolate, peanut butter, or some type of good protein bar that's there, a barbell or something, Barbell, I think they're called. So
you're the healthy one out of the group.
Most of us are. Nate is by far the most, the drummer. He's by far the most, that has sugar, or don't do that. Like he'll take any protein bar and read it before he eats it. Me, I'm like, if it's not like a Pop-Tart, I'm fine,
Well, they have protein Pop-Tarts now, so you're good if you wanted to grab one.
I have had those, and they're actually pretty good. But yeah, we're in our 30s, and so we're all trying to be a little bit healthier and more conscious. Like we will always go the extra mile to find healthier food if we can. Like if we're going to a McDonald's, we're trying to find the healthiest option, the healthiest, or trying to get a sandwich or something. But like I'm also known as the peanut butter and jelly guy. I will buy a jar of peanut butter and jelly and a loaf of bread and take that with me. And I'm not talking just a little bit of peanut butter and jelly. It's like a double of peanut butter and jelly. Like it's a feast. So that's my go-to.
Have you ever tried it fried?
I have actually. And we also do toasted. Like I've done one of my favorites. I don't toast it, but I butter the bread first, then put the jelly on it, then put peanut butter, That's good. And then you could toast those together. But I had fried one time at a fair and it was delicious.
No, I'm saying you just give it
Delicious.
and
Butter in the pan, both sides. Yeah. Yeah.
and some fluff.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Strawberry or grape jelly?
Always strawberry. If strawberry's not there,
thank you.
Grape it's like I don't have anything, I'll do it. Or the what are the Uncrustables? I'll do frozen Uncrustables because I do frozen and then I toast it. Like, oh, that's delicious. Or just on its own, and I can do grape then. Like that one doesn't taste as grapey.
Thank you. Like there's certain flavors that can be messed up.
Yeah. Strawberry is the best.
Like you can't anything blue raspberry, you can't really mess up that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Grape. I mean, Zoa had a fantastic grape energy drink. That was like one of the best grapes, anything besides grapes. It was fantastic.
All right, now I'm going to give you the Last Supper scenario here because we're almost running out of time here.
Okay, shoot it.
Who are your 12? They have to be musicians, cartoon characters, actors. No family members because we don't want to hear that later on. We don't want to hear that later on that you didn't choose your cousin Michelle.
Okay, let's see. Dead or alive?
Or dead or alive, and there has to be one female present.
Okay, well, let's go for actors. I'll do 4 categories and 3 people. So actors.
Actually, let's be smart. The female is your wife, and then you can go on after that so you don't get in trouble later on.
She knows. No, I want to do the categories because that would be a lot of fun. So I'd say actors that I would love. Last Supper, Robin Williams, I think would be one of my first.
Okay, we're bringing him back.
Yeah, bringing him back.
Mm-hmm.
I also think, probably Denzel Washington. I think that would be amazing to just sit and listen to him talk. And same thing with, I would love to just hang with Ricky Gervais. I really would. I'd like to pick his brain. And also in that same vein, Dave Chappelle. Like I'd put Dave Chappelle down as well. So 4 right there. And then if we went anime, I would love probably Gon, just because this is my guy from Hunter x Hunter. Also, I just finished like 3 animes and now I can't think of the main characters of any of them. Dr. Stone from Dr. Stone. My gosh, Senku. I'd have dinner with that guy. And then probably, what's the one that I just finished My Hero Academia, Deku. I'd put Deku down just because he's my guy, and probably All Might. I'd get them. As far as let's see, female. I mean, I'll probably get in trouble because my wife, I always joke, but Emma Watson, mostly just, to hear her speak and talk to her. Emma Watson would be cool to just hear her life, especially talking about Harry Potter stuff, because I actually just am a huge Harry Potter nerd, and I've loved from start to finish. In fact, I'm reading that book to my daughter right now.
The first one?
Yeah, first one. Yeah, we're gonna go through all 7, and it's slow with a 22-month-old baby. We're barely at. We've been reading for like a week and a half, and we just barely got to chapter 9. So I'm like, come on, let's go. We got it.
Well, they're fat books anyway, so you're all right.
You what?
They're fat books anyway.
Oh yeah. I'm like, we're gonna be here till you're probably 5 or 6, on this first book. Disney princesses, Moana. Moana would be dope to be at the Last Supper. Just because she's a boss. Pocahontas, feel like she'd gather us together and keep us in line. Elsa, in case the fire breaks out and she can help us. So yeah, Emma Watson / Hermione. That should cover the females present. What are we at now? Superheroes. I'd say Spider-Man would be dope. Batman.
But which Spider-Man though?
Ooh, which Spider-Man? You know, I'm gonna go with my guy Tobey Maguire, man. He's always gonna be my Spider-Man. No offense to Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland, but I mean that was one of the first superheroes that I ever saw that I was like, yeah, love it. Same thing with Batman. What Batman? I'm like, I'm gonna go with Val Kilmer or George Clooney, man. I'm gonna go with. I'm just kidding. No, I would not. As far as the Batman, I mean, I love Val Kilmer. Rest in peace. Like I thought he did fantastic, dude. It's almost like the Saint Anger thing. Like I didn't have a problem with Batfleck at all. I didn't have a problem. I really didn't even have a problem with Batman Forever. Like I'm the type of guy that when I watch anime, I enjoy the fillers. Like I enjoy the little scenes that people normally skip. And so for Batman's, or Batman, I guess we'd say, like I loved all of them from even Adam West. Like going back to that old school, I'm like, there's things about that I was like, that was awesome. And then going to oh my goodness, first one, the first two, Tim Burton's. I can see his face, man. He's what's his name, dude? The first two Batmans.
If you go all the way back to the live action TV show. That was phenomenal.
Well, Adam West, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
West, right?
it was.
So I'm talking about the two, and I know people are shouting. My goodness, it's Batman and then Batman Returns, and I can see his face, and he's been in Multiplicity. He's been in everything, and why can't I think of his? I'm gonna look it up real quick because that's gonna bug me so much that I have not thought of his name. Batman Returns. My goodness, his cast. Michael Keaton. That I said it right before I found it. So Michael Keaton. I loved him in Batman. I loved Val Kilmer. I loved George Clooney. So again, I'm one of those guys that I'm just like, I'm not a hater of much things. Like I'm not. Food, yes, but other actors and other movies and stuff, I'm like, I'll find enjoyment. So there's my 12. Let's just have all the Batmans to finish it out.
So speaking of food, because you just mentioned food.
Yes, food.
What are you serving?
It's your and everybody is okay with it. My table will just be nothing but sushi and poke. And it'll be my dream is to go on tour and we do some really cool event or something big and they spell out the achievement with sushi. And it's like the size of a massive table. So if it's like 1 million, I want to see a sushi table that says 1 million, followers on Instagram or, 1 billion streams. That's all spelled out in sushi. And we just go to town on that. I love sushi. That is my take any other food away. Just give me sushi and I'll be happy.
Okay. I'm going to leave you with one last hard question and then we'll, get into all the promotional stuff.
Let's do it. One last hard question. I'm ready for it.
What was the best advice you were ever given, and what was the worst advice you were ever given?
Oh, great question. Great questions. Best advice I was ever given was a friend of mine. He was coming from Brazil, moved to America, and I had told them I had an offer to work at a finance company, continue working there, and there was an insane amount of money that was on the table. I'm talking 6 figures, mid-level, high 6 figures to just move out there, and then 7 figures, compromise or I don't want to say compromising what I was doing, but like comparable to what I was. Anyway, it was just like a 7-figure income to go out there and do this crazy finance stuff. And most kids in their 20s are going to be like, oh, I want to do that. But I also wanted to make money in a way that I was passionate about. And I wanted to, and I'll tell you what, you don't go into music to make money at first. Like I didn't say, let's start Albrook Station so we could be rich. I had to do Albrook Station. I had to write. And this is my way of giving back to the world and my posterity and all that stuff. And I do believe we will be wildly successful because of just the integrity of what we want to do, our drive, our discipline, our love for what we're doing. But anyway, I'm talking to this buddy. And at the time I was with this girl and, it was just the wrong situation overall. And I wanted to get out. and we both were just so unhappy in this relationship. And she was like, no, don't go do music. You're never going to make it. Just take the money and go there and, you know, do this. And a couple of my other people were like, dude, you'd be crazy to go do music. Like, don't do that. And to their defense, I had never tried. I'd never sung. I'd never done anything. So to them, yeah, it just seemed like out of left field, I was just going to go try and give up security. And then my friend, sorry, long story, but this is the advice he gave me. He said, when he decided to leave Brazil, and come to America to start a clothing company, all of his friends told him he was crazy. All of his friends said, you're nuts. You're never going to escape Brazil. You're never going to get out. So he told his dad, and his dad said, son, you can either have smaller dreams or better friends, but you can't have both. So either if you're going to keep those friends that are telling you not to do it, then you got to compromise and have smaller dreams. Or if you're not willing to do that and chase your bigger dream, you need better friends. And so that just hit me so hard that I ended up following that advice and got better friends. To the point now, and this is, you know, not that we're famous or not that anybody knows who we are, but like I said, I do believe we're going the distance. I do believe this will be a big mainstream name that people will know. My advice is you gotta go where you're destined to go. And if you know and believe in your heart you're meant to be there, if you have friends telling you you shouldn't be there, those aren't friends. You know, like I can confidently,
No,
they're not. Because I can confidently say there's nobody in my circle that if I called them up today and said, hey guys, I'm done doing music, they wouldn't say, why? What are you doing? Why? What's going on? Not one of them would be like, oh, good. Thank goodness. It's about time. I was too scared to tell you. Not one person in my circle. And it's a pretty big circle. And I don't say that to brag or say anything other than I'm so grateful that I have gone through enough circles to finally find my people, that if I quit music, they would be like, something's wrong. You know, like even my wife, if I was to tell my wife I'm just done, she'd be like, no, you're not. You know, like you need to do this. So that was the best advice. Worst advice I ever got. It was in that same relationship that things were going bad, and a friend suggested, go make a baby and then you guys will figure it out. Like go.
What?
Yeah, it was the worst advice ever. I said, no, I didn't want to bring
That's not going to solve it.
Nothing.
That's not going to solve anything.
No.
That's an 18 to life sentence there. It's not going to solve anything.
Definitely. And I
Good
wouldn't
song
want to
though, but not going to.
I wouldn't want to bring I wouldn't want to bring a life into, and that's such a personal thing too. Like everybody's different, but for me personally, I would never want to bring another life into a situation that I knew that child wasn't going to have the best, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And about music, the worst advice I got from music, we did this show way back in the day, not as Albrook Station. I was under a different name, and we killed it. We sold the event out, and the owner of the club was talking to our at the time manager, who he was just a guy. Like one of the worst decisions I ever made was hiring that guy, so he's gone. But the manager went over to him and was like, "Oh, so what do you think of these guys? You know, what do you think?" And the guy goes, they're great. You know, they sold out. People love him, love his voice. I just don't have any bands I can put him with. Like, who do I put these guys with? Because I normally do more like, you know, folk and Imagine Dragons, Neon Trees type of stuff. I don't do rock. And so the manager then comes to me and goes, hey, you got to change your sound. You don't sound like anybody. You got to sound like these guys if we want to go somewhere. And I looked at him and I said, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard, man. I said, why would we change what we sound like? I think it's going to be good that we're unique. And I was like, I'd much rather be us than anybody else. They already have Imagine Dragons and Neon Trees. They don't need another one. So that was the worst advice I ever got from a manager type person. Go sound like those guys.
So this is this is actually kind of funny. That, what do you call it? I just got an email went across my screen that it was talking about one of your new songs.
Which, okay.
No, I just thought it was funny that as we're talking right now.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
I just got an alert that Sharpshooter is coming out soon, or something to do with Sharpshooter just came across my screen.
Okay, okay, what did it do? Now I'm excited.
No,
What was
I'm gonna. Actually, never mind. It was your manager.
not the one I just talked about? A different one.
Different manager. She was just making sure that you were here.
Oh, yes. Our PR manager.
Yeah, your PR
Karma?
manager. No, I just got an email and it just came across my screen and it said your name. It said your name and then it said the sharpshooter, and then I just, as we're speaking, it just came across.
Sweet. Okay. Well, hey, Sharpshooter is one of my songs, and it's a good one. I like it. We do have a new song coming out um, towards the end of October this month. It's a new song called Bruises. And you are officially the first person we've told about a new song coming out. And Bruises is with Chimerical and Bad Dream. We wanted to come out hard, like heavy hitting. We wanted to just grab people's attention. Sharpshooter, we wanted to show kind of something different, and the response was great. And then with Crown, it was like we needed a hype song. Bruises is one of the most intimate, smack you in the face songs we've ever done. And I'm so stoked for this song because Bruises is just, it just starts off. It's one of those things that I'm hoping people listen to it and go, this is a good song. Like, holy, this is a great song, and just grabs you and just like sucks you in. And then, yeah, it's just like, it's exciting. And so we're really excited. This is the first song that was not mixed by Zach Cervini. This was mixed by Neil Avron from who did Linkin Park and Fall Out Boy. And so that one, we just, when we had recorded that song, we knew like, I would love to have Neil, mix this song because he's one of our idols. And so this was the song and we think he killed it. I think Zach would have killed it too, but it was kind of a cool thing to have Neil do it.
So we had this conversation. I don't remember who I was talking to, but you always have to, with the mix and the master, go to the right person.
100%.
Spend the extra money.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I want to say our songs, especially the ones that people have heard so far. It's a whole thing because like mixing can do a lot, but it also exposes a lot of what you've done. Before we went with Zach Cervini for a majority of our work, like we were like, we got to make sure this thing is good, and it's a whole process, man. Like good songs, people just hear the finished product, but it's like, hold on, the melody was amazing. The lyrics were gripping and great. The vocal production and performance was great. The recorded parts were great. Then once it was all together, like it was produced great. Then you mix it and it's like, that's going to push up everything that's great. And so then that's mixed and then it's mastered and then it's the marketing was great and all the other stuff, so it's a huge process to be considered a great song, from start to finish.
The only other reason why I say that is hearing it on, say, your phone to a boombox, if that's still a thing, to a computer, to wherever you are, it makes a huge difference with it being mixed and mastered. It's gonna sound differently from each device.
Yeah. Yep. That's why it's always, again, like as much as possible, like go for the best. And I'm grateful to say, down to our mixing engineers, like we had Zach Cervini and Julian, assistant mix, and then we had Ted Jensen master, and then Neil Avron as well. And then our editors, like we had everybody from Eric Emery to Kevin McCombs to Danny Escobar, to Caleb. And we just had like a great team through and through. Jesse and I write everything. Randy has produced everything that we've done. And then me and Jesse will sometimes co-produce when necessary. But for the most part, it's like we just had a solid team, and that's what I think makes the songs great.
So at this time, whatever you need to promote.
Okay, well, we got a new song coming out. I'll get the dates. Okay, just watching the little thing popped up. Yeah, I'll once we announce the actual date, I'm just letting you know it's this month. Bruises is coming out, and we're super excited for that single. It'll be our 5th single. And then we've got we've got some cool announcements coming for the end of the year as well as next year. But right now our focus is on the next single, Bruises. And you can find all of our stuff anywhere where you can stream music under All Brook Station. It's the same handle everywhere. But we're super, super excited to just keep getting our name out there. So thank you for giving us the chance to do so.
Do you have any merch stores or are on the website?
Website, and then at all of our shows when we announce future shows and stuff, we'll always have merch there. But yeah, we have our shop pretty much done. You can go on allbrookstation.com right now and shop some stuff, but now we are doing like an overhaul and getting more to our fans. So yes, to answer your question.
So what is your next show, or do you not have one booked yet?
So we have the date is still being determined, but we have one coming up in Mexico, and we have 1 or 2 that we're trying to get finalized in LA.
Okay.
So, and hopefully before the end of the year. And where are you based out of?
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay. East Coast. Well,
yeah, I'm a Jersey boy.
Okay. Well, I'll try it when we can get one out there in the East Coast. I know we definitely want to do Jersey, New York. I'd love to do Florida again. Just be out there. I mean, I think our goal for 2026 is touring, is just getting out there and performing and playing. Because we've been rehearsing for about 6 to 8 months so that our shows are solid. Our shows are an actual show. So they're fun. Like people hear brand new band and you think, oh, this is a brand new show. It's like, oh, it's new to you. But to us, I mean, everything's down to a click or on time, and there's choreography, and there's like everything.
There's a science to it. It's not just
100%,
thrown together and
Yep.
So before you go, I'm just going to remind everybody, it is on Facebook, Concert Junkies Rob & John YouTube. It is Concert Junkies Rob & John YouTube on YouTube. And Twitch, it is just Concert Rob, because it wouldn't let me finish anything. So that's what it is. And please do not forget to like, subscribe, and follow on all platforms for both of us. And I will see everybody on the 15th, actually. Just keep your eyes out. And there will be plenty of footage from Brewstock from last weekend coming your way. So stay tuned, everybody. I want to thank you. I want to thank you once again for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Rob. I appreciate it, man. Take care and talk to you soon, man.
Thank you.